Recently, a short video about an ordinary auntie in China went viral. And honestly, her story broke millions of hearts online. It all started when a vlogger wanted to document the real lives of migrant workers. He went to a local labor market and hired an auntie, who netizens now call Auntie Little Apple, to cook a simple, home-style meal at her place. He offered her 400 yuan, which was double her usual daily wage. At first, she hesitated. She kept saying her rented room was too small and basic to host a guest. But after he reassured her that he didn't mind, she finally agreed.
With the cash in hand, Auntie headed to the market. Now, because she lives on small odd jobs, you'd probably think she'd buy the cheapest ingredients and save most of that money for herself, right? But what she did next completely surprised everyone. Normally, Auntie lives on cheap vegetables like eggplant and peppers. Meat and fruit are luxury items she almost never buys. Yet, to welcome a total stranger, she bought fresh fish, thick pork marrow bones, and even a durian. Why durian? Because she heard young people like it, and she wanted to give him the absolute best. She spent over 100 yuan, a quarter of her pay, in one trip. And even then, she kept apologizing, feeling bad that she didn't have a fridge to store more food or the money to cook an even bigger feast. When they arrived at her place, you could instantly see just how tough her life really is. Her room is tiny and bare, no real furniture, not even a basic refrigerator. She cooks outside on a makeshift stove, where the gas valve is so broken she has to turn it with a screwdriver. And even though she rarely uses the air conditioner to save money, the very first thing she did was turn it on so her guest wouldn't get hot. Standing under the sweltering summer sun, she spent hours making marrow bone soup, pan-fried fish, and stir-fried greens. At the table, she kept piling the meatiest bones into the vlogger's bowl, eating only the plain vegetables herself, just like a mother instinctively saving the best for her child. As they ate and chatted, looking at the table full of food, Auntie quietly mentioned that these were her oldest son's favorite dishes. When the vlogger asked about him, she went silent. And then she opened up about a pain she'd been carrying for 2 years. Her son, born in 1990, had passed away from depression 2 years ago. He used to love her pan-fried fish. As she spoke, she tried to keep her head down and focus on eating to hide her tears. But the grief she had bottled up for so long finally broke through. For 2 years, she had been grieving alone, rarely sharing her pain with anyone. But in that moment, cooking for a younger stranger gave her a brief escape. It felt like a quiet gift from fate, a chance to feel the simple joy of cooking for her child just one more time. Before he left, Auntie kept telling him to take care of himself out there and invited him to come back for a meal whenever he wanted. It sounded like polite small talk, but really, it was a mother's love, with nowhere else to go. Deeply moved, the vlogger later returned to visit her, bringing cooking oil, rice, a wearable fan for the summer heat, and a bouquet of flowers. It was the very first bouquet Auntie Little Apple had ever received in her life. After the video went live, it completely blew up online, racking up over 3 million likes and 500,000 shares. Countless viewers were deeply touched by Auntie Little Apple's honesty, kindness, and quiet resilience. Almost overnight, an incredible wave of love and generosity came flooding in from every corner of the internet. People offered to fix her broken stove, buy her home appliances, and even cover her electricity bills. Business owners reached out offering steady jobs and better housing. The entire comment section was just overflowing with pure warmth. But here's what makes her even more incredible.
Faced with all these donations and offers, Auntie actually recorded a message politely turning down every single dollar. She said that making a living away from home is already hard enough for everybody, and she didn't want anyone wasting their hard-earned money on her. She reassured everyone that her husband and younger son are honest, hard workers, and she truly believes that step by step, their family's life will get better on its own. Even while carrying a heartbreaking past and living through tough times, Auntie never lost her kindness or her ability to care for others. She has this simple philosophy she tells herself: whether you're happy or sad, a day is still a day, so why not choose to be happy? Life has thrown so much hardship her way, but it never stripped away her gentleness. Even after everything she's been through, she still chooses to treat the world and everyone she meets with a warm, open heart.